What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Chris, and this is my channel, Barnum11970. And I'm just doing a still image that I want you to see. This is from, I guess, Time Magazine's YouTube channel, and they are doing a video, and I'm going to show you the date. So this was 8 hours ago, of all the Biden fans not socially distancing, many not wearing masks. So let me ask you, gentlemen, those that think for themselves or question things. Because look how everybody, and I could show more, but I don't want to get a copyright strike, so you'll have to look it up yourself. But there are thousands upon thousands of people, supposedly during a what I call plandemic, where when anytime any Trump supporters go out in the streets, they're saying how they're endangering the lives of people, and the media is all over them. But they seem to not say that when BLM or Scam Tifa seems to be doing that. Now, let me ask you, is this quote unquote disease deadly or not? Because is any media, while they're showing all of these Biden supporters, who probably all got paid, or at least some of them did, dancing in the streets right next to each other, with many of them not wearing masks, but even not, is the media talking about this? Is the media saying these people are putting people at risk? Or maybe this pandemic is not what you've been told, because maybe they were trying to use it to keep people home so they had the excuse to do these mail-in ballots, which, by the way, I've been hearing have been watermarked and can basically expose a lot of fraud. So I have to ask you, if you cannot think for yourself, well, what is the purpose of your existence if you're letting other people always do all of the thinking for you? So I'm talking about all sides, because you may or may not know this, and I've said it before in other videos. Back in 2008, I was a full-fledged 100% Democrat. I cried when Obama became president. Not because I was sad, but tears of joy, thinking, wow, we've actually come so far that we can actually elect an African American as president. And I thought we were going far. I used to religiously watch Chris Matthews and Rachel Maddow on MSNBC every night. So I've been on the other side. But I got red-pilled. And no one forced me. No one threatened me. They just gave me examples, and I actually verified them instead of just ending up just believing them. Now, it took years of learning what's true and what's not, and many mistakes are made along the way. But I've learned to be a thinker, to question things. So what is it? Is this pandemic as deadly as they say it is? Because if they are, then all of these Biden supporters, because the title of this video is Reactions Throughout the U.S. After quote-unquote Biden wins presidential race in unprecedented election. Well, that's for sure. And this is by Time. So again, I'm not going to show anything because they will flag my video. It would already be demonetized. But shouldn't the media be calling out all of these people who are supposedly threatening the lives of people due to this pandemic? Or maybe is it not as bad as people are telling you to be able to take away your freedoms willingly? Because in my opinion, I think this whole thing was set up knowing the election was going to be coming, and they needed excuses, and you have to do it in advance to get people used to it. So what did it do? It made people scared. It made people afraid to be near each other, which means you couldn't really have communication. You couldn't see expressions on anybody's faces because most people wear masks, even though I have not worn one. And media keeps pounding on you, oh, we got to be responsible. We got to socially distance. And remember how Biden and his wife kept saying, oh, we would do things differently? Well, he supposedly, according to this, which is only 8 hours ago, when he was quote-unquote nominated as president, his first quote-unquote time of quote-unquote being president, what is he doing to tell these people he shouldn't be doing it? So is this pandemic flu shot, this flu, is it something that is only for Republicans and independents or free thinkers, and it doesn't affect Democrats? Is it only affecting you when you want to go to work and earn a living? I don't understand. So there are literally, and I watched this video, there are literally, they go different states of people dancing in the streets and celebrating. And I would love to see the media call out people. If you're going to have an agenda, be consistent. So you can't say this is a deadly virus that's killing everybody left and right and condemn one side for doing things and not another. See, that's what they call hypocrisy. So people really need to start having their voices being heard and not be afraid to question things. Now, do they have the right to do this? Absolutely. Do they have the right to wear masks and breathe in their own carbon dioxide? I mean, as Forrest Gump once said, stupid is as stupid does. And people are mostly followers. Well, where's the media condemning this? So I guess if you're a Biden supporter, the virus does not affect you. How interesting. So, is this a political move to scare people and keep people away and have people fight and hate each other because they're all paranoid and you can't see anybody's expressions on their faces anymore? Is that woman scared or happy? I can't tell. So, my channel is all about having people make up their own minds, verify things, question things. Don't just accept something just because you see it or hear it. It's very easy to deceive people by what image you think you see or what voice you think you've heard. What about the context of it? What about all sides of a coin? You can't just pick and choose when this virus is deadly or not, if it's real, if it's as bad as they say it is. Because this does not look like Joe Biden's crowd thinks they could have done anything different when it came to this quote-unquote virus. So there's a lot of hypocrisy being exposed. And if you can't see it at this point, you're getting paid or you just don't want to see it. Because if you've been hiding in your basement for months now for fear of this virus, and you are a Biden fan and he quote-unquote won, this should not be acceptable, because this, supposedly, if the virus is so deadly, is endangering everyone's lives. And shame on the media for not talking about it. Because I guarantee you, everything the media is talking about is, look how happy they are. We won. We beat the evil dictator Trump, who is supposedly a racist, and yet has not created or taken away one law that will take away an American citizen's rights. Can anyone who claims, for example, Trump is a racist, and I'm not some nonstop Trump supporter. If you look on my videos, back before he became president, I thought he was in league with Hillary Clinton to get Obama a third term. And I still keep it up there just to show I am not somebody that just goes on one side and sticks with it. I think for myself, which means I can change my thoughts provided with the information that's given to me. But if supposedly Trump is a racist, name me one law that he has created or taken away where if you are black, brown, yellow, blue, purple, gay or straight, or bisexual, name me one law that he has passed or taken away that will make you as a person of color or a person of different sexual preference have less freedom than everybody else. There's an old saying, tell a lie long enough it becomes the truth. Well, there's been a lot of lies going around and a lot less proof backing it up. So they're trying to tell you this pandemic is deadly. You got to stay home. You got to stay out of your businesses. And yet, Biden, quote-unquote, wins the quote-unquote presidency, and they are celebrating in the streets, and no media is condemning him for it. So what is it? I would love to know. MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. A lot of people have been exposed because this, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you don't have to agree, but at least you have the chance here to think for yourself, unless you're nothing but rude and nasty, is I have a feeling that this whole situation was created for this event to happen. It's great for divide and conquer. It's great for scaring people. It's definitely great at destroying the economy, which means a lot more people are going to be dependent on handouts to survive. That's a good way to kill a nation. Media's been lying to us way before Trump ever existed. I've been talking about it since 2012, actually since 2011, but I shut my original channel down, born on 11/9/67, and I changed it. So, the media's been lying to us. Schools have been indoctrinating your children because you can't teach old dogs new tricks. Hollywood is nothing but a bunch of hypocrites, where you have a white woman saying a black person cannot vote for Trump and had to be reminded that he was black. Yeah, that's not racist at all. So, I mean, if you choose to only see one side, you will never see the whole picture. So I'm not saying to agree with me. What I'm saying is question things. Question this. People dancing in the streets when we're supposedly being told how deadly this virus is. You see any social distancing? I sure don't. I bet you don't see any media today or yesterday when the news came out that Joe Biden stole the election and Kamala Harris will become president if things do not change, which I have a feeling they will, thanks to watermarked ballots. I don't believe that it's as bad as it is. But yet social media has been exposed. The regular media has been exposed, including Fox News, who isn't as conservative as they claim to be. Hollywood has been exposed. The schools, the liberal schools, have been exposed. That's some 4D chess being played right before your very eyes, people. Let's see where it goes. I'm going to enjoy the ride. I want to thank the 46 people watching, the 20 people that were kind enough to hit the like. Ask questions. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to even like me. All I'm saying is think for yourself. Is this a deadly pandemic? Is this a deadly virus? Should this be condoned by the media who's been telling any Trump supporters that they are endangering the lives of the citizens? Are they saying that now? If you cannot be consistent, then you are not being honest. And if you notice, like I've said all the time, if you look at the history of my channel, you will see I'm pretty consistent and stayed that way throughout its lifetime. Verify it yourself, it's all there. And that's why I keep telling people to follow this little saying. By their deeds, you shall know them. No mask. No mask. No mask. Lots of others. Back there might be blurry. No mask. Definitely no social distancing. In my opinion, think this is full of garbage and you're being lied to. Make up your own mind, and that's the difference. Media, Hollywood, social media, schools, all of the leftist politicians, and even some on the right, are always telling you this is the way it is. I'm telling you to think for yourself. You trust who you want. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Be safe, and think for yourself. I will never wear a mask. I don't feel like breathing in my own CO2, because last time I checked, I'm not a tree.